Agent Cruller, do you have any advice on the current situation?
Don't turn up your nose at recycling. You gather up those psi cards and get yourself some cores, and come down to my lab and we'll rank you up quick. Well, if you're up for some experimental training, you should go see Sashi in his lab under the GPC. Should be marked on your map. Let's check out what's inside that caravan. Don't be afraid of your past. Looks like you need some better firepower. Better come see me in my lab for your Marksmanship merit badge. Go take Sasha's Marksmanship training. Why else did I give you that learner's permit? Why don't you just do what Sasha said? Listen to your teacher, young man. Well, you might get your merit badge a little faster if you turn up the sensor output all the way. You gotta find all those leaks that are squirting out sensors and take them out. And when you're fighting these guys, don't forget to lock your mental focus on them for accuracy. Those little sensors seem to be restoring the big guy's health. You gotta shut down the leaks the little sensors are coming out of. Take the big guy out. Don't forget to hold mental focus while you're blasting. Locking focus on him will also make it easier to circle around and get behind him. Well, now that your mind is a deadly weapon, why not go teach that garbage spitter a lesson? The one in your vision, not Sasha. Hey, you heard the man. Follow the bunny. Keep after that bunny. Watch out for those killer plants. You can't hurt them when they're all coiled up. Stay on the ground if you want to fight, but you could probably avoid some of it if you took the higher route. We gotta get up to the top of that vine tower. Well, it's about time you got some levitation instruction. Go take a canoe out to see Agent Vidello. She's teaching class right now. Do whatever Mia says, young man. You're in her classroom now. Stay on your bubble, Raz. Keep trying to get higher, and if you see any of those big rings, keep 'em spinning. Don't forget you can still Psyblast when you're on the ball. Ranged weapons are always useful in a race. Use your Psy-float in those columns of bubbles to float up to the top of the room, and then figure out how to turn the big fan on. Get those rings spinning. I'm a little worried about your foil-headed friend. And now, he's not alone.
What do you mean?
I mean, more and more kids are acting just like him, sitting inside on such a nice day, watching TV up in the lodge. I'm afraid something very wrong is going on. Better get back to that vision you had in the brain tumbler and use your levitation to get a closer look. You can hide behind those pillars to break his target locking on you. Wait until he rears up to charge and then blast him in his soft pink underbelly. And then when he's upside down, get him. Get as high as you can and float in shooting. Why are you just standing here when you should be running down to the lake to make sure your girlfriend isn't being kidnapped by the monster that lives in the water?
Hey, we are just good friends.
Oh, well, that changes everything. Just let her get eaten then. Get to the end of the docks and get in that bathysphere quick, before that fish gets away. Dodge that garbage it's spitting out. And when it's sucking it back up, bust open one of those nail boxes and see how it likes the taste of those. Take that little door you found in Sasha's lab and use it on the monster. We have to get in its head if we're going to find out where it took the girl. Well, if I were a monster 50 stories high, I'd probably start smashing stuff. You heard him. Bust open that prison over there. Your psi shield would protect you in that tunnel, and maybe even do some damage to the emitters. And why don't you just pick up those pesky tanks and throw them at each other? Get up on top of these buildings and take out those planes. You can use those super tankers to get across the channel. If you pay attention to this guy's actions, you can tell how he's about to attack. Wait for him to let down his shield and then attack. And don't forget to use your own shield. Okay, now, get up that tower and take out the communications equipment at the top. We're by the old abandoned insane asylum. I'll bet Oleander has his headquarters up inside. And keep your eyes peeled for stolen brains. The thief might have dropped some along the way. I bet those crows can see where some of them are. Go into this guard's mind and see if you can find a way to make him open the gate. Open the fridge, like he said. Use your clairvoyance power on that loony. I'd like to see what color the sky is in his world. Let's go to the graveyard. That is the worst road crew disguise I have ever seen. But if it works for them, it should work for us. We just gotta hold up one of those signs. Looks like we'll need some flowers as a disguise. To the Arboretum.
The what?
The plant place. It's like a garden, but more shrubby and scientific. Let's search this place for flowers. If you use clairvoyance on that crow feather, you might get a bird's eye view of the situation. You could probably burn those big vines off that mausoleum. Let's get inside that mausoleum. We have to find a way through the sewers to the book depository. I'll bet if we could see what that G-Man sees, we would know the right combination. I forgot the combo. If you forgot it too, we're going to have to make that G-Man come out again. I can't see a thing. Try your clairvoyance on those security cameras. I'll bet they can see in the dark. Looks like they got a sniper. If you time it right, your shield should get you through there. Use your clairvoyance on one of those helicopters, and we'll be able to search for the milkman from the air. The telephone would be a good disguise for getting up to those phone company wires. You ever play doorbell ditch? Let's make sure we're out of sight before she makes it to the door. And when she opens it, take her out. Shoot those exploding cookie boxes. And turn on your shield when you see her throwing stuff at you. You can't see in the dark, but she can. Clairvoyance will let you see what she sees. Let's find a way into that asylum. We have to get back to the other side of the lake. That's where Oleander took the girl. We have to get by that creepy guard and take the elevator upstairs. I'll bet that's where Oleander has the girl. Maybe you could make some kind of a disguise. Let's go back to the dressing rooms and see if we can't get this Bonita person to take the stage. Somewhere in that storage room is a candle that we need. Let's put this candle in that spotlight so the show can begin. I wonder if those prop doors on the set really work. I bet if you punch that strange spotlight with the faces on it, you could change what's going on stage. We have to get up to the catwalks and get rid of that phantom character. I bet the right script played on the right set would do it. Well, I think you should go talk to that blowhard up in the balcony and give him a piece of your mind. And see if he knows anything. Let's give this script to Becky and see if it's any good. Let's take that prop magic cloud elevator thing up to the catwalks. Those spotlights couldn't find you if you were invisible. Let's turn a light on this guy so we can see who he is. Let's float up to the catwalks and blind him with those spotlights so he'll let down his guard. Zigzag on the way up to avoid the fat man's attacks. Buy all the paintings you can and look for hooks to hang him on. And for crying out loud, stay off the street! Oh, you can't outrun that bull. You're going to have to sneak around on side streets. Maybe you can hide out in a window if those ladies don't see you coming. Throw a confusion grenade at that bull. That should buy you some time. You can TK those spears into that bull. Well, see if that slows him down. Man, get those spears out of Edgar's back. What kind of friend are you? And see if you can confuse that matador. While that matador thinks he's a bull, he's probably vulnerable, like a bull. Try sticking him with those bobbed poles.
Banderillas, use the word!
Well, we'll never get our troops over that river while the bridge is out. We need to get a carpenter to fix it. I would use telekinesis here. If I were there, I would use telekinesis to move the game pieces around. You can't win a war without soldiers. Let's go see if we can sign up a standing army. Put our militiaman next to Napoleon's soldier piece so they can fight. Oh, we gotta get that guy some money before he'll fight. Let's ransack Fred's parlor. We gotta go through that building over there and find that guy's musket. Okay, we just gotta get that drawbridge down and get a hearty knight to storm Napoleon's stronghold, and we'll win. We gotta get some fancy food for that fat guy to eat.
You didn't even see him. How do you know he's fat?
He sounds fat. We're gonna have to infiltrate the grounds of the stronghold and see if we can't get the drawbridge down for Fatty. Try to shoot those rats before they get too close. Keep moving up. We gotta get to the top. Oh, watch out for that guard, Crow. I'll bet he might not be too alert if you smacked him with a confusion grenade. Keep moving up. We gotta get to the top. We need to free the turtle hostage. Perhaps that chocolate cake could be deployed in a rescue capacity. He's coming for the cake. Lure him under that hatch in his cage, and then use telekinesis to lift him out. Let's give this turtle back to that sad girl with the oven mitts on. Use telekinesis to put that little turtle's brain in that tank's cockpit. Let's help Sasha and Mia blast your girlfriend out of that chair. What are we doing down here? We need to be up in the tower trying to free your girlfriend. You have to TK rubble against rubble. Break a hole big enough in the first ring so you can get in and set fire to the inner ring. Then TK a hunk of masonry right on that idiot's brain. Follow that kid. Don't let him get hurt while your brains are connected. You can't kill those knife throwers, and somebody's already ripped their arms off, but you can swing on their knives once they're stuck in the board. Use your TK to grab those bunnies, or try confusing them. Next time his cleaver gets stuck in the ground, run up his arm and punch him in his fat head. Listen to your father. Keep moving, or you're going to drown. Okay, do not run up the flaming arms. Try TKing some of your dad's flaming clubs into the butcher. And then if he ends up, say, curled up in agony, then you can punch him in his fat head.
Agent Cruller, do you have any advice on the current situation?
Yeah, put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. Hang on to that power your dad gave you, because it's the only chance we've got.
Nothing more to report at this time.
Cruller out.